What is the difference between the angels in heaven and mankind? Well, here's the thing. God created angels outside of himself as a external source to worship him and serve him for his needs and everything that will lead all creation towards the will of God and love. But see, here's the thing. When God created mankind, he created mankind in his own image within himself. He put his spirit in us. See, angels are created by God. They're God's creation. They're one with God. They have God's they're connected to God. But see, God gave us a soul. He gave mankind a living soul because his spirit breathes life into our soul. See, angels are just spirits. Angels are just spirits that are created by God externally. But the soul is created by God within. Mankind. God has a soul. Mankind has a soul. God created us in his image with a soul to feel emotions, to be led by a free will. Angels do not have complete free will. Now, yes, I will agree that Satan chose to rebel against God, but that's because God gave them a choice. But still, they do not have a soul. So I would argue that the soul is not necessarily the free will, because even angels have free will. So if they don't have a soul, then how do they have free will if the soul is the will? The soul is the emotions, the part that feels. The spirit is the part that is eternal, that the soul works with. The soul and spirit come together. If you don't have a soul, then the spirit is just spirit. It's eternal, but without the human part. See, that the soul is what makes us human. That's what makes us special to God. Being able to feel God and to feel love. The spirit loves. Yes, the spirit is love, but the spirit is more than love. Love can be felt by the soul. So that's why we are different from angels, because we can feel emotions. We can feel love. Angels just express love. They can't feel. They just do as God leads them. I wouldn't say that they're just robots. They have a free will to choose. They do it because that's what they're led to do. That's their nature. Spirit is the nature, the intention behind the emotion, behind the feeling that you are led to do. The spirit is the true heart. The soul feels that heart. I would say that the soul is part of the heart, but the spirit is the main core of the heart, what leads the heart to do. Spirit is the motive, the desire, but soul is the middle part that feels. It's like the middleman. Okay. So your soul, I got a way to explain the soul here with a little connection cable I have. So, hold up. Okay, so imagine the spirit and the soul and the body, the flesh, the 3D world as this connection cable. So you have this middle bridge that connects both. If you don't have this piece, then this cannot connect to this, because this is USB-C, right? And that's USB-A. So if you want to connect it, you need the middle part. This is the part that flows, the part that fills the connection, if that makes sense. So when you have the soul and you feel the intention from the spirit, your body will then lead because of the connection. What's the spirit connected to? Is it connected to God, or is it dead and you're being led by nothing except your flesh? The soul, if it doesn't have the spirit without the body is dead, correct? So the spirit is there, but the spirit's dead. The spirit's not connected to the source. So the spirit's got no core to lead the soul. The spirit is the consciousness. The soul and the spirit go together. When you die, this is how you die. Your soul and spirit. But the Bible can divide asunder the soul and the spirit. But the spirit without the soul doesn't make sense, because you can't. You can divide them by the word of God, but you can't be a spirit without a soul. You can't be a soul without being a spirit. You can't have a soul without being a spirit. You can't be a spirit without having a soul. So the soul can be numbed. When the soul is numb, it's like the connection is cut off from the body. This is what it looks like when you're numb. This is your body. This is your flesh. This is the world, the external world that you're observing. The soul is not connected to the spirit. Is not connected to the soul. Okay, I said it backwards. Hold up. So let me disconnect this. This is the soul. The soul can be led by the flesh, but not be connected to the spirit. Spirit and the soul are always together, even when you die. But if you're living in the flesh, then your soul is just led by the flesh. Your soul's not being led by the spirit. You're cutting off your source from the spirit. But it's still within you. It's still part of you. So you need to let your spirit flow through your soul, your will. Well, it is a will in a way, because your soul decides what your spirit is leading you, if you allow to feel the spirit or not. But enough of that analogy. Let's get back to it. So that's the difference between angels and humans. Angels have a spirit. They're only a spirit. They are led by intentions only, by motive, by will. But the human being has a soul. And it's just, that's the beautiful part about being human, is having a soul. All right, I've made this already almost 7 minutes long. In fact, it's about to be 7 minutes, so I'm going to cut it off here. God bless.